Hello guys, today I'm very excited. I'm excited a lot of days, but I'm excited. I'm going to show you I wouldn't call them the top 10 books I want to read this year, but they're books that I've been like trying to read, so I'm very excited about reading them. So I chose 10 books that I want to read this year, among many others, but we would be here all day if I tried to list all of them. Anyway, the first book that I'm going to talk about is a book that I've heard about from a lot of my friends, and they have spoken very highly of this book, and I read the description and blah blah blah, and I've been really excited to read it, and I finally got it, and I'm so excited. I actually got it for 99 cents online, plus shipping was like $3.99, so but $4, and it was in very good condition. And it really was in very good condition, so I would call that a win. This book is called Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. Well, the book describes it as a life-changing story of God's unconditional, redemptive, all-consuming love. And much how my friends have described it, I've had numerous people tell me I should read it, suggest it. I'm so excited to finally read it. I think it'll be a very powerful and moving book that hopefully reminds me of how much God loves me, and yeah. The next book kind of represents more books that I would like to read, but I just chose one out of the group, and that would be Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. Yeah, I know the story, but I've never actually read the book, which is sad because I love Jane Austen. So my goal this year is to read all of her books in order of when they were published, I guess. But yeah, Sense and Sensibility, Live original by Sadie Robertson. Obviously I took the cover off of this. I actually got it last year, I think, after Christmas, about Sadie and her staying true to who she is and her beliefs and her values, even while living in the public eye, and I respect that a lot, and I would love to meet her someday. Random information. Anyway, I'm excited to read this book. I'm excited to see what it has to offer and hearing more about her life and her choices and such. The next book was loaned to me actually my senior year of high school, which was about 3 years ago, and I still haven't read it, so I should probably return this book to my friend, but she already read it, so hey. It's called Radical, and I've heard positive things about this book as well. This book basically talks about living a radical life that's radically different from the world and just following Jesus with wholehearted sincerity and pursuing a relationship with him. They would abandon everything for the gospel. They would take up their cross daily. In Radical, David Platt challenges you to consider with an open heart how we have manipulated the gospel to fit our cultural preferences. Yeah, changing the way you think and how you live, and I've heard it's good. I'm excited to read it. It's by David Platt, if you didn't hear. The book number 5 is The Phantom of the Opera. So, funny story about The Phantom of the Opera. The first time I heard of the story, I was in elementary school, and I was riding to a doctor's appointment for my aunt with her and her husband and my baby cousin, and they went to see it on their honeymoon. So they had a cassette tape of it, so they were playing that, and I fell asleep on the way there. So when we got back in the car, they said, "Hey, you didn't hear the end of the story?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to hear it." I was interested, like I was engaged, except I had nap time, I guess. So I listened to the end of it. We get back to their house, and I'm frightened that the Phantom is coming for me for some reason. I don't know. Everybody went off to do, stuff. after we got back from the doctor's appointment. So I was alone by myself in the living room, and they have a fireplace. So I was checking the hole under the, like, you know, in the fireplace. I don't know, it was in the bottom, and I was checking for the phantom in the hole because I was convinced he was gonna fly there off of the invisible balcony that wasn't there. Yeah, someone explained that one to me. How is he gonna fit through a hole that's like literally this big? Anyway, that is my backstory with the Phantom of the Opera. But yes, obviously I know the story. I've seen the movie. I have never actually seen the musical on stage, which is really depressing now that I think about it. I want to see that chandelier. Do you know what I'm talking about? The horror, the horror. Anyway, I'm a fan of the story, the songs. The Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind. Okay, anyway, I should stop. The next book is pretty self-explanatory, explanatory. I don't know, that word's weird. It's the autobiography of the beautiful Miss Julie Andrews, or I think she may be a dame. I can't remember. Anyway, I am a huge fan of Julie Andrews. I think she is classy and beautiful, and I've loved pretty much everything I've seen her in. The Sound of Music, Eloise, Princess Diaries. She's just a lovely person, and look, she never ages. Like, she's stunning. But yeah, I've actually not heard much about this autobiography. I just know that I would like to learn more about her. I love autobiographies or biographies about people. I love learning about their lives. Yeah, so I'm excited to read this one. I actually found it at the Dollar Tree. Is that weird? I think that's weird. It was $1. Julie.